Getting up to go to the walking tour in Bilbao. And here we are in Bilbao, downtown, getting ready to go to the walking tour. Pushed him. Well, where are we now, Devin? Where are we?
We're in Bilbao.
Well, where are we right now? Why are we at a Starbucks? I thought we were going on the walking tour.
Because the walking tour doesn't start for 2 more hours, and we're looking for Wi-Fi.
We got faked out. We went to the Spanish tour.
Only we couldn't find bakery, like coffee and bagel, because they eat pincho. They have pincho.
And it's too early.
Already a beer. Then what I do?
Beer and wine, yeah.
We're going to take a quick walk to the big market here before our 12 o'clock free tour. It's the market. One of those round bread.
I don't want to carry it around all day.
Marcar cuánto gastamos de cada. Luego saber.
Here at the walking tour, but it's supposed to be at 2 o'clock, not 12 o'clock. Anyway, this guy says if no one wants to take the Spanish tour, he'll take us on an English tour.
My name is Renato. I am from Chile. My wife, she's Basque, so that's why. During the tour, you can ask me whatever you want. We can make a discussion. Let's make this a dynamic tour, okay? Well, actually, sorry. We are now in the basin of the river Nervión. This is the Nervión River, but actually it's not just a river, it's more like an estuary. It's a mix of salt water with fresh water. Yes, this river born in Álava. Álava is another province. We are in the province of Vizcaya. Álava is one in the south of Vizcaya. The whole Bilbao is surrounded by hills. Over there you can see the Archanda Hill. You can reach the top by a funicular, so easy to get there. If you have to walk, it's like from here, it's like 10 minutes walk to the Los Castaños neighborhood, and there you pay a ticket for €1.50, and you get to the top. In the top you can see the whole basin, the whole landscape. Also you can see the sea, the Cantabric Sea, and also the valley that is behind the Bilbao. The modern Homo sapiens that us arrived here about 6,000 years ago. They kept their own language. You know that people here can speak, are bilingual. They can speak in Spanish and also in Euskera. The Euskera is the Basque. Okay, this language have been are many theories from where it comes. Some people said that it's Slavic invasions that come here about 20,000 years ago left this language. Other people said that it's the only language left from the old Europe. Anyway, we don't know. There is no true explanation from it. It doesn't have the same root as other languages in the world. The root is the Proto-Indo-Europeo. The Euskera don't. That makes the Euskera really rude and so difficult to learn. Well, for example, I have been living here for 2 years and a half, time enough to learn a language, but it's so hard I can speak it in a well way. Well, my wife, she can, because she living here, she get education in Euskera, so that's easy. You know that when you are a kid, you're young, is to learn languages. All the parties and all the carnivals and Holy Weeks happening here. They put several stages and people have fun. Well, but in front of us is the San Nicolas Church. Okay, have you heard that San Nicolas is familiar to you of something?
Santa Claus?
Yeah. No, it's how to say Papa Noel? Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus is related to
Saint Nicholas, yeah.
Well, there's the figure of Saint Nicholas in the green stained thing
I thought he lived in the North Pole.
over the door. Well, Saint Nicholas was also related with sailors. He makes miracles in the sea. A storm comes, Saint Nicholas appears and he stops the storm. I love San Anton and also two animals inside. The two animals are two wolves. Why two wolves? Because Diego López de Haro, the guy who found the city, López, his last name López, came from the Latin word lupu. And you know that lupu is wolf in Latin. Yeah, so that's why are two wolves. At the sides are two lions. The two lions are because Saint Mames. Saint Mames was another saint who lived in Turkey. He was thrown by the Romans to the lions in the arena, but he tamed the lions, so that's why he's related with lions. In the flood of the 1983.
Wow.
So imagine, that destroyed everything. It rains for several weeks. Several weeks for 2 weeks, and the floor, the phreatic levels of the floor start collapsing, and also the river, so everything get flooded.
Wow.
Imagine the whole city, it was more like a huge lake. But that happened not just here in Bilbao, also happened in the whole Basque Country. They said that they have a loss of 1,200 million. We're here in the old town, Casco Viejo. This is the metro entrance, the main one. From here you can take the line 1. Well, I'm going to do this to explain you everything. You can reach the beach in here. The beach is in Bidezabal, also in La Rabasterra, and Sobelana and Plencia.
Which one is the best?
Well, I think that the best is in La Rabasterra, but you have to walk. You have to take a walk of 15 minutes to reach the beach. So you can take the line 1, and also you can take the line 2 and visit Santurtzi. Santurtzi is like the industrial port of Bilbao right now. It's like more typical. Well, it's not as cosmopolitan as Bilbao. It's like you can see more Euskaldunes, like people that speak in Euskera. Well, it's more like a normal town. Also here you can make the connection to the Eusko train and you can reach Bermeo. Bermeo is a very good place to visit because it was an old fisherman town. So you can reach also to Donosti by train. Donosti is San Sebastian. Donosti in Euskera means San Sebastian. Well, if you take the train, you can get there in 3 hours. During the industrialization, 3 important movements and ideology appeared here in Bilbao. One of it was the socialism, communists that work in the mines and in the industries. Also appeared the Hispanidad. The Hispanidad is the Spanish nationalism, and also appeared the Basque nationalism. That happened in the 1890s. In that year, Sabino Arana, a young guy and a charismatic guy, write the ideology of the Basques, the nationalism ideology. Sorry. At first, he was like really radical and intolerant. He said that all the people that didn't speak in Spanish, in Euskera, must leave this place. He said that the Basques were a superior race. They don't want even the modernity here. They want to live in their traditional way. So he was struggling all the time with the owners of the companies, with the liberals, also with the Spanish people that they call the maquetos. The maquetos place. He created like the emblems of the Basque nationality. He created the anthem of the Basque country and also the flag of the Basque country that is called the Ikurriña. That one over there that is close to the UK flag. Have you seen it, Andre? Yes. In the year 1893, he created the Bachoqui. The Bachoqui was a house for the Basques that were only that only can visit Basque that have at least 4 last names or can speak in Basque. Okay. Also, in the year 1895, he created the PNV. The PNV is the Basque National Party. Anytime that you see that shell of a scallop, you will see that here past the Camino de Santiago. Also, you can see that in the fountain, scallop. Okay. Well, here in the night is like the place to hang out with your friends. It's full of that stair is full of people hanging out, drink some beers. I don't know. Also the terraces. They play music in the night in here, so it's good if you want to visit it in the night. Well, but here we are in the Miguel de Unamuno Square. Okay, Miguel de Unamuno Plaza. Who was Miguel de Unamuno? Well, he was a Basque, born here in the 1864. He was really important. Everybody knows him as a writer and also a philosopher. But he was not part of the Basque nationalism. He was like more like a Spanish guy. He could speak in Euskera, but he was saying all the time that people from here must learn the Spanish to get inside of the modernity of the world. Because people, when they come in here, they don't understand the Euskera. So the Basque country will be in a primitive way all the time. Calle de Ronda, and the translation is like surrounding a street. Okay, here was placed like the old medieval wall that surround the main villa, the old villa of Bilbao. Okay, so if you go through that way walking, you can reach the river, and also by that way, and then turning to the right, you will get to the river too. But it's better if I show you the map. Okay, so at first we meet in here, then we cross in here, then we visit the San Nicolas Church, then we went to the main entrance of the metro, then we visit the Miguel de Unamuno Square, and now we are right here. Okay, so this medieval wall was placed in here. So this was the old town was placed. Here are the 7 streets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everybody knows this place as the 7 streets. Also in the center is the Cathedral of Bilbao. Okay, so we will visit that the cathedral later. So now what are we gonna do? We're gonna walk through the old town, through the Calle Somera, and then we will stop in the only piece left of the medieval wall. The country of Spain is divided in communities. There are 17 communities. Okay, every community is autonomous. But when they negotiate the autonomy of the Basque country, when Franco died, in those years, ETA, you know what ETA is? Mm-hmm. ETA was working in those years. So they make pressure to make the autonomy of the Basque country better than the other autonomies. You know that ETA bombed the first minister of Franco. It was called Carrero Blanco. So in those years, ETA was working all the time and putting a lot of fear in the population. So they asked for a better autonomy here in the Basque country. The difference of the other autonomies and the Basque country is that the Basque country is the only autonomy that can collect their own taxes and do whatever they want with their taxes. Mm-hmm. So that makes the autonomy of the Basque country like better than the other autonomies. This was the house where Miguel de Unamuno born. You can see that it's not very clean and they do a lot of graffiti.
They don't like this guy.
Well, in that sign it says the only piece left of the medieval wall of Bilbao, built in the 1334. It was built to protect the villa and also to separate the urban and rural wall. But anyway, Bilbao have never received an attack to their medieval wall. But this wall, as the sign said, was built to protect the villa. Of what, you may ask, if they don't have war in here, of the floods. Because between the 1500 and until now, they don't have war in here, of the floods. Because between the 1500 and until now, here 13 years. Wow. This was a train station was only made for cargo. What cargo, you may ask? Like steel and iron.
You'll never find this by yourself.
No. The only bridge that crossed the river, and also the Church of St. Anthony. Well, we are not the materials, the steel, and they put it in the cargo of the train to move it from here to Eibar. In Eibar, it takes us at Mari, yeah. But anyway,
The market.
This is the Church of St. Anton, the church that appears in the Shield of Bilbao. Okay. Right now, this church is not in use. Well, you can visit it anyway if you pay a €5 ticket, and also you can visit the Cathedral of Santiago. That is the Cathedral of Bilbao. It was built in the 1443 in a Gothic style. As I told you, this is not in use since the 1998. Also, there we can see the market of La Ribera. This is well, people from Bilbao are really proud of this market because it was the very first popular market with roof in the whole Europe. But this was not the original one. The original one gets destroyed by a big flood. Floods happen. This one was built in the 1930. The whole structure is made of steel. You can imagine that. And also covered by concrete. Now it's more, it's like more modern because they, after the flood of the 1983, they like to, I don't know the word in English. They modernize it.
Modernize it?
They modernize it. They modernize it. Until now, it's still in use as a public market. Here they got fair prices. It's not the prices for tourism. It's for the local people. Here you can buy good fish and good meat and also good vegetables. If you want, we can visit it. This is also they have these baby eels, the white things.
Oh, the eels.
Those are mussels, and also the ones over there, my favorite, are the pulpo a la gallega, octopus.
Octopus.
Yeah. So if you want to eat something good, this is a very good place to have meal.
Tuna or anchovy?
Yeah.
So these are the modern
What are these here?
fusion. That's sweet and salty.
The original one was built in the 1400, but a huge, as I told my friend, a huge fire happened in the 1571, so they had to rebuild the central part because the central part get collapsed. So the tower and also the front piece are rebuilt in a neo-Gothic style in the 1600. Well, you can see also over the main entrance the two shells of the scallops that show you that this is the Cathedral of Santiago in Bilbao. So all the pilgrims that make the Camino de Santiago enter inside the church and they get their books of pilgrims stamped in here.
Oh, this is where they stamp.
Next time.
Yep.
This is where they stamp them. Huh?
Also,
You have to have the book.
well, with do you remember that I told you that if you buy this ticket of €5, you can enter inside the St. Anton Church? Also, with the same ticket, you can enter inside the Cathedral of Bilbao. Okay, this is still in use. They celebrate Mass in there. and if you have to confess something, that is the place too. I know this fountain as the fountain of the dogs. That was yes. At first, this one was a gift of the government of Egypt to the government of the Basque Country, or to the Bilbao government. But you can see that the fountain are not dogs, are lions. But these people call it the dogs fountain because they have never seen a lion. Built in the 1830s. At first, people, the rich people just living here in these apartments are huge. Not now because it's too noisy and it doesn't have enough light inside the apartments. Well, as I told him, this is a very good place to having some pinchos and some wine because here you got many offers. You have many bars to compare prices and what do they have. Also, you can have meals in here because our restaurants and that stuff. But that is not the important thing. Can you see those letters over there? It says Euskal Zaindia. Yes? Well, the Euskal Zaindia was an institution created in the 1900s. The Euskal Zaindia is concerned about the language in the Basque Country. In those years, when it was created, in the whole Basque Country, they speak many dialects. So what this guy did, they created like a unificated Euskera that is called Batua. Okay, the Batua Euskera is the main official language from here in the Basque Country. Okay, when Franco get to the power, he prohibited the Euskera. Okay, so in all the communities that they have like special languages, they prohibited those languages. So many people from here lost their Euskera. If you see now, like old people, they don't speak as much Euskera as the kids do. Why the kids? Because when Franco died in 1975, the government of the Basque Country with the Euskal Zaindia start re-educating the Euskera in the schools. Okay, so that's why kids speak more Euskera than old people.
We're in the square where we ended our tour, having lunch. What do you have?
Scallops.
Scallops.
They recommend
With peppers. And what do you have there?
I have cod salad. Is it the same as yours?
Mine is salad, but it has artichokes. And I have salad with mushrooms. Looks like meat. Waiting for the tram to go to the Guggenheim Museum.
Okay, don't play in that.
Here we are at the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao.
Oh, so that
Oh yeah, it's this. Cool.
Is it good?
Yeah.
You're smart, Chanel. I think these
Nice and cool.
ちょっとここちょうどよくない？ここからだーフェイス。
กินกันกลางคืนเอ็กซ์ตร้าเพราะว่าโซเชียล
Something wide or something.
to second year.
What did I get that two shots? Everything had chili.
What would you like?
A piece of the tomatoes, a piece of everything there, except
Okay.
your cheese.
Could be too.
Tomato, apple, or pear, or whatever it is.
Apple.
Carrot?
I'm new,
I'm just going to use my fingers.
one more.
Carrot?
Carrots, yeah.
Okay.
And with the other cheese. With
This
the
one here?
garlic, yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Eat the baby Gouda.
What are we going to do today, Dim?
We are going to return the car at the airport. And we go back to downtown Bilbao.
Bilbao.
Try to get on to up the hill, overlook this.
And then what?
Then come back to this Airbnb, pick up our luggages, and go to Lisbon.
Fly to Lisbon tonight.